what would you do?
My name's Nat. I go by Natural is my stage name. I'm from Boston, Massachusetts. I'm born and raised here my whole life. Done a lot of traveling and so forth, but I've never lived anywhere else. This is my home. This is where I'm from. This is where I rap every day. In the early days of Boston hip hop, golden era and some, in a local standard, has been amazing. I've been lucky enough to talk to a lot of different people from those eras and who have covered since those eras about that type of stuff. I mean, myself, I've always been a huge hip hop fan, so I've been following Boston hip hop since I was probably old enough to deal with it. So let's say 13 years old. So I was always in tune with the local hip hop. I always thought it was so cool when people would like rap about our city. I always thought it was really infuriating growing up, hearing all these dope artists, whether it be Jay-Z, Nas, or whatever. But Boston never got mentioned, even in the party song. We would shout out a lot of different places in the country. Boston, unfortunately, is left off that list, so I really fell in love with the idea of local artists anyways. But yeah, man, even from that, all the way back to the Ed OGs, to the Gang Stars, Groovers from Roxbury, a lot of people sleep on that whole area, Dorchester, Roxbury, like where Guru got his early humble beginnings, and Ed OG, the Acrobatic, who was huge in the mid-90s, that was a big hero of mine, like hearing him on record. So, we had a lot to be thankful for in the early going. My first real brush with hip hop was Run DMC, Christmas in Hollis, off of A Very Special Christmas, which was like a groundbreaking record. A lot of like superstars, Bruce Springsteen, a bunch of other people that were rocking out to Christmas songs on it. And I still have the tape somewhere. It'll pop up probably when I get married or something stupid like that. But like of me on top of the chair with a spoon rapping Run DMC's lyrics. And my mom always brings it up now. It's funny, now I'm rapping and stuff. So that was probably my first, and that was wild. I mean, I think that CD dropped in like 1990. I was like 5 years old, so that was the first time I really had a brush with hip hop and like really felt it. Sort of Run DMC. I got very inspired when I dropped The Bartender. I had a release party, and I approached a couple local artists I really respect, Dutch Rebel and Jay the S, who have been amazing to me, not only personally, but as kind of like brothers and sisters on this journey. Jake has had a lot of success nationally and done a lot of great things with a lot of big people, so he was always kind of an advice guy for me, and Dutch is kind of this new hotshot that had just emerged to me on the scene that I fell in love with their music. So I approached them to do my release party, and they agreed, which was huge for me. So coming off of that, the release of The Bartender, I went traveling for 7 weeks across Europe, and that was a huge, important time. A lot of writing, a lot of inspiration. I did so much writing. I mean, bars, books full of stuff. When I got back, there's so much that I went through, but the most important stuff was getting to know Dutch Rebel better, the famous nobody. So that's Dutch Rebel, Brooke, and Real P. We worked on a lot of music together. Real P's been huge with me. He's like a coach to me. He's an amazing ear, and he's a very good judge of music. 20-something kind of tells the chronological tale of right after when I dropped The Bartender in June 2011, all the way to when I dropped 20-something, which is going to be in September of 2012. And it kind of follows not only my ascension, if you will, and kind of being noticed on the hip-hop scene, but it also follows my personal life as it kind of unfolds throughout that backdrop of hip-hop. It's been one of the most important things of my life the last year, and it's really been a joy, and I think 20-something reflects not only myself as I've aged through that process, but also how I've gained a lot of knowledge in the Boston hip-hop scene. We're in a really good place. I've had a lot of conversations about the subject the last year. I'm so blessed to be a part of it. I feel like it's a movement, a scene that I think is really starting to buzz again. We've had so many great years, I know, just from talking to so many people about our history. Unfortunately, I feel like it's been a little bit since we felt something. But within this last year, I think I've really felt and witnessed a lot of great things. I think there's a lot of people out there, not only are supporting projects, but are also supporting, financially, and supporting with freelance work, like for people to show up and film things for no reason. They're not getting any money gained for this, and then edit it and post it, and to hit up other vlogs. The 12 for 12 movement, obviously, which has been instrumental in this past year, not only with me, but a lot of people in the city. It's a landmark year, I think, for Boston hip hop in some ways, because I think it's been kind of a dry arena for the past couple. We've had some great acts, don't get me wrong, we've had our terminologies, our static selectors, people that are really doing big things on the national scene, but as far as like a very underground rooted scene around here, we're starting to hit a nice windmill of talent. So moving forward, I just, I want to make sure I keep a fresh ear for production. Try to keep it funky, try to keep it original, try to keep it new, but also work with the same people that have really given me a shot so far, and just see where I can get. But apart from that, I also want to make sure I'm supporting the other people around here that are doing their best to make sure that their craft is honored, but also the people around them. And I think I'm doing that. I think, I show up to a lot of shows. I work with a lot of different artists that aren't even hip hop too, to make sure that the scene is fostered and get as much out of it for them, but also me. Because I feel invested in it. I feel like I'm a part of this, whether it's through actually rapping or supporting or, word of mouth. I tell so many people about so many different artists around the city. And all those combined, I think if I take that kind of positive route on the way forward, I think I'll be very happy with where I go. Shoutouts, I gotta start with Pete Needy, Stay Puft Productions. They've been there since the beginning for me. Family, obviously, they all know who they are. Salute. Famous Nobodies, FN Salute, Bar Gang. Roaming Music, Reggie, that's my manager now. If you need me, get at him. Collab Clothing, you'll see that on me all the time. They're directly linked with Pete Needy and Stay Puft Productions. 12 for 12 has been huge. They've been so good to me, getting my music out there and giving me support. It's been amazing. And shout outs to everybody that rocks with me, all my fans, anybody that has just stumbled across my music, and the people that allow me to play on a daily basis or a nightly basis at whatever venue it may be, the Mark Marins, Mr. Leeds, all the people around here that one night or another have given me a shot. I really appreciate it when I forget it. So, in Boston, this is my city. When I say that, I mean it as ours. You should all be treated like it's yours if you live here. So let's keep it going. Those are my shout outs. You can find my music pretty much any social networking site you can think of. It's at Natural617 on Twitter, Facebook.com Natural617. I have a brand new website that's in the works called naturalhiphop.com. The Roaming Music site, 12 for 12, has a lot of my stuff. But yeah, www.naturalhiphop.com is where you're going to be able to get a lot of that. Natural617, if you punch Natural617, pretty much any social networking site, SoundCloud, Bandcamp, all that goodness, you'll find me. Hit me up on Twitter. I'm real good about it. I get back to as many people as I can, and I'm pretty on that ball. So if you need it, I'll even send you the music. It's all free. It's all dope. So get out there and support. 20-something will be on all those sites. The Bartender's already available right now. This is Natural checking in. I'm rocking with the Collab Projekt, hanging out with them all day today. It's been dope. Got my shit at Natural617. Follow the Collab Projekt.